Hi, my name is Sanjay Rosca, and I'm currently completing my Bachelor of Science in Biology at the University of the Philippines, Cebu. I come from the Philippines, which is a global marine biodiversity hotspot. However, despite this ecological richness, our marine ecosystem remain highly vulnerable and are often managed with limited predictive tools and fragmented science to policy integration. My academic training has been grounded in field-based marine ecology and laboratory research. My undergraduate thesis examines the feeding rates of adult crown of thorn starfish, Arcanthaster spp in Gawi, Oslob, Cebu, Philippines. Through underwater visual censuses, coral tissue loss estimation, and behavioral monitoring, I aim to establish localized feeding benchmarks and construct a predictive framework for coral vulnerability. However, conducting this research exposed a deeper structural gap. In the Philippines, conservation efforts are often reactive. We respond to outbreaks after they occur, but rarely addresses the ecological and genetic drivers behind them. Scientific findings are generated, but they do not consistently translate into long-term governance strategies or marine protected area design. These realizations shape my motivation to pursue the MSc Maris Science and Society track at University Côte d'Azur. I seek interdisciplinary training that integrates marine science, genomics, socioeconomic analysis, and governance framework. I believe that science must serve society. The case I present focuses on the genetic connectivity of crown of thorn starfish in the Philippines. Cod is a native coral predator. Under natural densities, it contributes to reef dynamics. However, during outbreaks, it can cause severe coral mortality, reducing reef resilience and affecting fisheries and tourism-dependent communities. Current management strategies are largely localized and reactive. Divers manually remove starfish within outbreak sites, yet outbreaks often recur. This raises a critical question. Are outbreaks driven by local population growth, or are they fueled by larval dispersal from genetically connected source reefs? This is where genetic connectivity becomes essential. By applying population genomic tools such as RADSEC, we can analyze genetic variation among COTS populations across reef system. This allows us to identify source population that disproportionately export larvae and sink populations that primarily receive them. Understanding this connectivity transforms management strategy. Instead of repeatedly removing starfish in outbreak sites, policymakers can prioritize protection and monitoring of source reefs. Marine protected area networks can be redesigned based on larval dispersal pathways rather than geographic proximity alone. In this framework, genomic data becomes a decision-making tool. It bridges marine ecology and governance by providing evidence-based guidance for spatial planning and long-term reef resilience. This case reflects the interdisciplinary training of the Maris Science and Society track by integrating scientific innovation with socio-economic and governance contexts to address real-world marine challenges. For me, studying genetic connectivity is not only about understanding reef predators, it is about transforming reactive conservation into proactive, data-driven systems that secure biodiversity and community livelihoods. Thank you.